Hi there, Kimberly Flanagan of Kimberly's Quilts. I'm currently involved in the Power Tools with Thread Quilt Along for Autumn Love. There's been a lot of discussion in the group about how to actually convert the satin stitches in block 1 through 4 to the applique stitches, either a blanket or an E-stitch, whichever you prefer. I thought I'd jump on here real quick and just show you how I did it. I'm sure there may be other ways, but just real quick, I thought I'd show you how I did it since I'm so visual, I thought maybe that would help somebody else. So first thing I did is I discovered for me, the most accurate block of the digitizing was block 3. And since 1 through 4 are all pretty much the same, I started there. I then came over here and said, using these layouts, the placement stitch, this is the first one that I came in here and I said, I'm going to right click and say, create that in applique position. Then I came down here, this is the stitching. Then I came over here and said, this one should be an applique position as well. Then I came down here and said, this is the stitching, and then this is the applique position as well. Stitching, right click, change that to applique position, and then this is the stitching. We also had the situation where Becky encouraged us to actually copy this one and create the tack down placement stitch. This is the tack down, but for the batting and the backing. So I came in here and I said, okay, I'm gonna copy that and I'm going to paste it. It placed it at the bottom and I moved it to first. That's the first thing I want to happen. I did come in here and I did resize this and make this 5.5. It had everything here highlighted. And I came in here and I changed this to 5.5 with the lock aspect ratio on, because as we learned in the class today, that some of these were 5 and some of them were 5.5, some were 5.5 by 5.25. So I wanted mine to all be the same. So I made it 5.5. This block, you'll also see block 3 for me had all of the points going all the way to the edge. So the next thing I did is I came in here and having this much of it done, I came in here and I came into one of the red ones that I had changed to an applique position file. And I came in here and I put my inflate to 0. And then I did a save all. And then I made sure that I came in here and I named it. For me, I named it, I named it block 3 cut SVG. Make it something meaningful so you know what it is. Now I'm creating the SVG cut files. So I save that. So now I came over here and I said, file, new page. And I came in here and I came in here and opened within Stitch Artist. I came in and I opened the vector file for block 3 SVG. Now you'll see that this is the SVG cut file like we're traditionally used to seeing in her snapplique process. And if you come over here, you'll see that I have all of the line drawings. So what I did is I came in here and I selected them all and I converted them to an applique stitch. When I did that, you will see the traditional here, gold for the applique position and then the SVG file. Came in here and all I did was simply convert those. Next thing I did is I came in here and I changed a couple of the thread colors because I wanted to make sure that the color of the fabric distinctions were there. So this first one, I came in and I changed the color to, chose the red one, and I changed this one to white. No, I'm sorry, I did not. I did tan. I changed the color here to, I want 3 different colors. So the first one I did was blue. It didn't really matter because I'm going to turn around and use whatever color thread matches that fabric. So now this first one is blue. These next ones all the way down through this piece here are the next set of the same fabric. So I came in here and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to leave those the same color because I want them to be treated as the same. Then I came down here and from this one down to this one down through this one, this is the other fabric. So I came in here and I said, we're going to do this one purple. And I just picked this deep dark violet purple. Then I came down here, keeping track of K38. I came in here and I did the same one and I found that thread. And did this for all of these particular. Again, I have to do this to all of these because I want these to all be the same thread color. Again, I'm choosing colors here that are bright that I can see them on my screen easily. In reality, I'm gonna, when I stitch these out, use whatever thread color is closest to my fabric that I chose. Now, over here in my objects panel, you'll see that I have the center, I'm going to say square, but it's square with the points missing. That block I have defined as blue. So then it's going to do that as one applique unit. Then here I have all of the pieces that are this fabric that are the same fabric colors as this red. Then I have these here that are purple. And then down here, this last one is my star in the middle. So I can come in here and I can choose that one and I can use a color, let's say orange. Oops, helps if I spell it right. So now each one of these fabrics has its own unique color. And so now when I come in here and I'm gonna make this bigger now, make that go away. Now when I come in here and I turn Stitch Artist off, I have all of my stitches here. I then came in, just like in her traditional snap applique, and I said, remove my hidden stitches, so all of these stitches underneath are not going to show up. I personally did spend a little bit of time in here. If you see, there's some of this that aren't exactly lined up. Probably didn't need to be very precise and accurate when you had a satin stitch going over it, but if you notice, I came in here and I kind of moved these and nudged them right into place so that they were lining up over top, so that I didn't have any gaps. It was pretty easy to do, didn't take long. As you can see, it just takes a second to line some of these things up and get them lined up correctly. And once I had all of these lined up correctly, it was real easy for me to come in here and say remove hidden stitches, because now they were all under that line. So at this point, all I had to do was go back and I had to bring in the cross hatching and put the placement lines from this block on here. I came in here and brought this in, said for this piece, I said, sorry, I'm clicking on both of them and I don't want both of them. I just want number one. Came in here and picked up that one and said, copy, brought it over to this one and said paste. And then I moved this one first because again, this is my placement line for my batting. I wanted another one of these. That's my, because it'll be my tack down stitch for my batting. So I came in here and I said, I want to copy this one. And I want to paste it again. And I want to move this one up. So I just moved this one first because I don't care which one it is. They're the same thing. So then I'm going to come in here, and the only thing that I had to do was come back in here and quickly say File, New Page, and I opened up my crosshatching, which was in my Juju file. If I come down here, you'll find that and I found the 5x5, just as she instructed. I removed the first 3 sections. I only want the cross hatching. I resized this one as well to 5.5 to 5.5 with the lock aspect ratio on. Came over here and did a copy. Went back to my other file here and I did a paste. And then I selected all of these. Make sure that they were lined up together, centered in hoop, everything centered nicely. And then I just came back here and I took this one here and moved it up and put it after my placement stitches before it starts doing my applique. Now I can just come in here and I can do save stitch and working file, and I came in here and I chose my file that I have all of these in, which is in my embroidery file, Autumn Love, PES. I'm doing the 6x10, and this is block 3. Then I came in here and said, I believe I called it applique block 3. Now, from this point on, I used the same process for her snapplique process to be able to create my cut files and all of that, so that I was so that everything was good. Took the cut files to my scan and cut all my pieces out, and I even cut out this applique, this what I'm going to call the inner background, and everything worked great. I hope that helps somebody. Since I'm such a visual person, I thought that just reading step-by-step instructions might be a little bit difficult. I know I went through that pretty fast, so if you have questions or have issues with it, you can always pause it, slow down, go back and redo it. I hope that helps some of you guys.